Update. I learned that my mom is cheating on my dad. What should I do? Original post. After I made that post, I went to my dad, told about my mom, and showed him the pictures before she came home from her job. Dad just sat at the dining room table and didn't say anything. My mom came home, saw us and asked us what was wrong. Dad asked her if she was seeing someone. Mom started sobbing and Dad did too. There were no words after that. There was no fighting or screaming. We had dinner in silence and they went up to their room. The next morning they told me that they were getting a divorce and that my mom will move out in a few days. I guess I knew this was coming. Over the last 5 or so years, their marriage has deteriorated. They were still a good couple, they had conversations, joked with each other and liked each other, but the overt affection has reduced to the occasional hug. Their social lives separated too. They don't go out together and I don't think they have any friends in common anymore. They were still great parents, they never fought, always paid attention to me, attended school events and played an active role in my life. They told me that their love for me hasn't changed and that they'll always be there for me. I want to feel angry at my mom, but I can't. She was always a great mother. I feel extremely sad though. I thank all the Redditors who gave advice on the previous post. That's tough op, but this gives your father a chance to start over. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. Don't force yourself to feel anything for either of your parents. From what it sounds like, they're good to you and that's the best thing. They're just not good for each other. You just need to be careful not to get in the middle of whatever comes next. To not be a go-between, etc. And it may be a good idea to consider counseling in case any anger issues do arise. You may get angry down the line and that's alright too. Op. It must have been gut-wrenching as you realized what was up. You're an adult. Your parents are adults. Hopefully it's obvious to you that your feelings for your mom and dad and your assessment of how they raised and parented you, and how they love you, is yours to make. Not mine or anyone else's here. No one here has a leg to stand on telling you how you should feel. And no one here knows your family and your history with your parents. It sounds like you really love your mom and dad. So I'm sorry that instead of respecting that, so many commenters are projecting their own stuff and flinging really awful insults that I simply cannot imagine are helpful to you. There's no right or wrong for how you should be feeling. You've generously shared with all us commenters that there's a lot of love between you and both your parents. I'm happy for you about that. Honestly. You sound very grounded and mature. And in itself that's a sign of being raised well. With love. Wishing you the best. Slightly smiling face, yellow heart. My mom cheated on my dad, and although I wasn't the one who found out, I do feel your pain. At the time I found it very difficult to blame my mom because she was still my parent. As I've grown up, I now realize the extent that her actions screwed me up and I'm very angry with her. But since it's been so long, I'd suggest therapy. I really wish my parents had gone to the effort of making sure I was okay afterwards. Don't let your parents make the same mistake. I'm sad for you too. Be with your feelings and stay with not talking sides. You're on your side and will be there for your parents as they separate as amicably as possible. I hope they both move on and find happiness. From your post, they may even be able to maintain a cautious friendship, which will be great for life. Events in the future like your wedding and co-grandparenting. Hugs. Hopefully they keep it civil and peaceful. When things change, it can be sad. It is better they separate and are happy instead of trying to stay together and fight. Sounds like they handled the revelation of the affair like adults. Which is about the best you can hope for in a really shit situation. Op. You handled things very well. too. Good luck to you all. It might not seem like it now, but I think things will be okay. I had something similar happen to me. Time will help. I hope you're the best wingwoman to your dad. He deserves better. Smiley face. You did the right thing. Up. This is so hard for you. Glad you did what you did. Your dad finding out from you probably tempered his initial reaction long enough to be more measured with your mom. Your mom seeing you there with your dad may have helped her own up to her actions in front of her child. You may very well have made it possible for them to split with much less hostility than there could have been, and allowed them to keep their focus on the most important part of all of it, you, and making sure you don't feel like you're losing your family or their love. Proud of you for doing a very hard thing. This won't be easy, and you're right to be sad. But they both love you so much and still want to do what's best for you. Parents make mistakes, and it's really hard when they fall out of love. But offer your mom grace and your dad support. That's what they need most from you. It will all be okay. I'm really sorry, but what you did took a lot of courage. You should be proud. You handled this great. Your mother betrayed you both, and from what you're writing, only seems upset that you two found out. Cheating is akin to emotional abuse. Good parents don't cheat. If the marriage isn't working, she should have asked for a divorce. Instead, she tried to hide it, and probably would have hidden it for much longer had you not exposed her. Your father still respected the struggling marriage when she did not. That says a lot about what kind of person your mother is. Trash. I hate to say it when you have such a positive opinion of her even after this. But that is the truth. People who cheat are trash. And whether you realize it or not, she has certainly been manipulating and lying to you and your father for quite some time. She threw away a family and 22 years of marriage for a coworker she met a couple years ago. From the way your father reacted, he sounds like a good man. And she does not deserve either of you. She did not even have the integrity to come clean to him. It took you, her own child, to call out her bullshit. I personally wouldn't waste an ounce of energy on someone who was willing to lie to the family and keep up appearances so she could do whatever and whoever she wanted. Choice is obviously yours though. If I was betrayed in this manner, I would be pretty vengeful and completely NC my mother. It doesn't seem like you are this type of person. So do what will make you feel better. Best of luck. Up. You gave you and your father a chance to start over, and that's a good thing. So I hope this goes over as peacefully as possible for the both of you. You don't have to be mad at your mom. My mom cheated on my dad, too. So I get it. Sometimes it's enough to just acknowledge that the relationship didn't work for them in the end, and they're two different people. Just take it as a learning opportunity for your own future relationships on how to not behave. They were not a good couple, they were basically roommates that shared a kid. Guess it's for the best. I'm sorry. Op. I'm sorry you're feeling sad. It's gonna be hard for a while, but I promise it will get better. I'm so proud of you. I had to do the same when I was 18, so I know how hard it can be. If you can, you should seek therapy, because even if you don't feel like you've been affected now, it will catch up with you. I am still affected by it now, and it's been 3 years. So it's very important that you have someone to talk to and get help coping. Just know that you've done the right thing and that you have not betrayed either of your parents in any way. All responsibility falls on your mother. She is the one who fucked up. They sound like great parents. It might be what's best for everyone's happiness. My dad cheated on my mom after they had been married 21 years. I learned from his actions to be surprised when they don't cheat. Not when they do. I'm married now and would be more surprised if my husband didn't cheat rather than if he did. Thanks, Dad. Edited to add that you did the right thing by telling your dad. I feel for you both and hope you can move on from this.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.